Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Songs of Silence. This is a game that's coming to Steam's Early Access program on June 4th, 2024. I am playing this about 2 weeks prior, so what you're looking at is a pre-early access build, and as such, everything that you're about to see is subject to change. And I typically don't spend a whole lot of times on games like this because a lot of things change between then and release. But I did spend like half an hour with it just to kind of get my feet wet. So this is more of a first impressions kind of thing. There's also a demo, so if you like what you see, you can download the game, give it a try for yourself. When I got my press key, I was like, I already have this game, so I kind of put it off to the side. But then something bothered me with the way the art style looked. See, I have a game in my library called Songs of Conquest. Songs of Conquest is like Heroes of Might and Magic, where you're going to be creating armies and equipping those armies. Like each army is commanded by some kind of special general. And you go around a map and you're capturing territory and cities and different things like that. This game does the same thing, but it's called Songs of Silence and not Songs of Conquest, and it's a 4X Heroes of Might and Magic style game. It's just the art style and the setting seems to be different. I it's just weird to me that the titles were so similarly named. It's weird to me. There is a campaign and then there's the skirmish. There's also a challenge mode which was grayed out. I couldn't access it. Um in the conquest side of it, it's just broken up into levels and it's kind of like story guided. You're on this open world map, you go around, typically you have 5 turns to capture this city or whatever, prevent the siege, so you sort of house your units in the nearest city and wait for them to attack. So everything's kind of scripted that way. When you actually get into battle, though, it's an auto battler, similar to other games like it. You do have a card system, however. Different generals for your armies will have different cards that they can play, one of which causes this resurrection ability. Another one summons units. Another one does this special charge ability where your units like disappear and it's blinding flash and charge. I don't know all the time what's going on. I just know that if you win the battle, you typically level up your character like you would in these kind of games, and you're trying to make them stronger as you go. I didn't see a skill tree per se, like in Songs of Conquest. Like whenever you level up in Songs of Conquest or Hero's Hour, rather, you can typically like take new abilities and stuff. In this game, instead you get cards. You choose one of 3 cards that you can take, and that, I guess, serves as your level up. I didn't see an attribute increase or anything like that. And again, I have to stress, I only played this for like half an hour because I'm a busy guy. I've got a lot of press keys to get through, and this is a pre-early access title. So I kind of prioritize games that are close to release. This one's kind of early. That being said, like, the game is beautiful and the art style is fantastic from what I've seen. The biggest hurdle for me with getting into a game like this is, and I do this all the time, and it's probably not fair, but I do it anyway. As a consumer, I always think to myself, well, do I have another game like it that does this genre better? And if so, I should probably just play that because I have more fun with it. Songs of Conquest. I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons because A, the title's very similar and the gameplay is very similar. Songs of Conquest has a ton of content in it, and you can do a lot with it. In Hero's Hour, same thing. There's a lot of things that you can do in that game. Lots of factions. I'm talking a lot of factions. In this game, I only saw I want to say 2 or 3 in the skirmish area. So I feel like this game is bare bones compared to some of the other games that I've played. What this game does have going for it is the art direction and how flashy the battles are. Like when you're in a battle and effects are happening and, you've got lightning or streaks and streaks of fire and, it's cool. It's cool to watch. It really is. So I feel like this is a Shogun, like it's like the UI and everything's got this like Japanese Shogun, art style feel to it. But I'm really anxious to see what else the game is going to offer in the future. Again, in the skirmish area, I saw that, you can choose between a couple of factions, you can choose between heroes from that faction, even a vocation for that particular hero. So you choose a faction, you choose a hero, and then you choose a vocation. So I do appreciate that there's still some like customization when you're setting up, but like the options for skirmish were very limited. There weren't like difficulty settings. I didn't see a way to tone down like the neutral AI. There are neutral AI bandits roaming around. So and in other games like this, it'll typically tell you via mouse over, is this neutral army as powerful as what you've got selected? I didn't see anything like that. Maybe I missed it, but like I had a hard time sort of navigating the UI. Whereas in like Hero's Hour, I knew just mousing over something, it said challenging. And I knew, okay, maybe I should hold off on that neutral mob until I get stronger. This game gave me more pause. It just things were prettier, don't get me wrong. Things looked nicer. But I also had more trouble understanding the interface and what was going on. But I think that might just be a learning curve kind of thing. So, like, again, I'm not reviewing it. I'm just simply saying my first impressions are good. I'm interested in it. My biggest thing is going to be, in order for this game to succeed, in my opinion, it needs to offer as much content or even more content than Songs of Conquest, Hero's Hour, because, unless you're in the mood for a scenery change, again, this game is beautiful. So unless you're in the mood for that, I would rather play another game that offers more content. That's just me as a consumer. When you're given a choice between two products, consumers typically gravitate toward the one that has more stuff for them. So again, pre-early access, it's not fair to compare this to Songs of Conquest and Hero's Hour. So like I said, I'm interested in seeing where this game goes, and I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm going to let it kind of cook for a bit and see what happens. But again, if you're interested, there's a demo that you can download and try for yourself. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.